So for those joining practice later, as always, just take it within your own pace. And for those that are joining live, welcome, and also just take your practice within your own pace. So yoga is taking the time to really slow down, listen to what your body needs today. Today I thought it'd be quite nice to visit warrior poses, as we've not done them probably in a very long time. So it'll be quite nice to get grounded and rooted through those standing postures. But we'll start lying down on our backs, on our mats. And just take the time to settle in. So just noticing how you're feeling today, physically, mentally, emotionally. Just noticing your breath. Maybe as you breathe in, you're feeling your belly rise and expand. When you breathe out, you're feeling that gentle draw back down towards your belly button. Just allowing yourself this time to arrive into your practice from the morning that you might have had or the day that you might have had. If you're still mentally working at your desk or wherever your mind is, just take that time maybe to park those thoughts aside so that you can bring your full focus and attention into your body, guided by the breath. Nice, and if it feels good, you might just start to wave the feet. You might even just start to lift one side of the hip up, transfer the weight to lift the other side of the hip up, just making a gentle rocking sensation within the hips. You might, if you like, want to just start to move those arms up over the head, and then from there, just take a full body stretch. You might bring the legs together. You might stretch, flex the hands, stretch the arms, flex the foot, point the toes up to the ceiling. Just bring a bit of movement into those feet and hands, noticing when you make those little movements how that might affect the entire body. Nice, then when you're ready to, you want to collect those knees in, gently just rocking side to side. Notice how that feels in your back. You might gently rock side to side. You might roll those knees round, just massaging your back onto the floor. If it's more your hips that you would like to be moving into, feel free to draw the knees out to the side, hold the ankles, and maybe you rock side to side there. Just really get into, or start to settle into your practice to get into where your body needs movement. Arrive into the present with your body. Really nice. And then from there, we're going to send those legs up as we point and as we flex the feet, just noticing how the back of the legs feel, how the front of the legs feel. So I'm pointing the toes, I'm really feeling that through the front of my ankle. Maybe that feels nice, maybe it doesn't, or maybe you've never felt that sensation before. Nice, and then from there, feet come down, mat width apart, arms extend out so that the palms face up and hands are in line with the shoulders. Feet are out, mat width apart so they are out wide. Deep breath in at the center. Breathing out, we're going to sway the knees over to the right. Feel free to stay there if it feels good. Otherwise, inhale, come back through center. Exhale over to the other side. And you're just going to do that within your own pace of breath. Or if you've stayed over on the right, you're just going to gently guide yourself over to the left. Entirely up to you if you want movement or if you're enjoying that gentle twist. Wherever you are, just making sure that you're breathing. That's it. Nice, and then when you feel even on both sides, collect those knees in. Hold the back of the thighs. I'm going to gently start to rock back and forth. As we roll up, we're going to transition to cross-legged just to make our way through to child's pose. So I just need to move down on that. In child's pose, the knees might be together, the knees might be out wide. You're just going to extend those arms out, and entirely up to you. You might have the arms to rest down so the elbows are down, Or maybe you would like to activate through those hands so that you're bringing the palms of the hands off, so you're just onto the fingertips there. So you can come active into that child's pose if you like. Entirely up to you, just listen to where your body is. And wherever you're at, we're breathing there. Nice. As we start to energize the body with bigger breaths in, longer breaths out. When you're ready to, next inhale, palms press into the floor, peel yourself up, bring the knees to face forward, tuck those toes under, send the hips back, and we're tucking the toes so we can feel that stretch within the feet. Rock the weight forward, go as far forward as it feels good for you, send the hips back. So we're just going that back and forth motion, bringing movement to the hip joints, bringing movement to the shoulder joints. Start to engage with feet and engage with all 10 fingertips into the floor. That's it. And then when you're ready to, you might start to bring yourself up through to your downward dog, bent knee downward dog as we send the hips back, rock the weight forward. Maybe you arrive into your downward dog and you would like to stay there and pedal the feet. Entirely up to you. Again, just find where it feels good to move in your body. So you can still go back and forth, you can still be on the knees, you can be in your downward dog, pedal one heel down at a time. Just take the time to explore your body, where it needs space, where it needs a bit of stretch, attention. Fantastic. And then when you're ready, we'll start to walk the feet towards the hands. If you're on all fours, bring yourself up to downward dog to walk feet towards the hands. And we're going to meet here in ragdoll. And if it feels good for you, you're just going to swing side to side. You might even fold the arms. You might rock back and forth, or maybe you'll just stay still there and just shake the head yes and no. Entirely up to you. Find where it feels good, releasing that top half of the body. I think it's rare that we're ever really upside down, so really indulge in this space, allowing that weight to invert. It feels okay for your head and you don't feel too much blood rushing towards the head. And when you're ready, we release the arms. I'm going to slowly roll up. Head comes up last as we arrive to standing. We're going to squeeze those shoulders up and we're going to draw the shoulders down and away. Nice. Take a few more rounds of that. And do feel free, if you want to change your camera angle, feel free to do so. We're going to do a flow of vinyasa to come up to warriors, and warriors will be kind of around in this space, so entirely up to you, but no need to if you don't want to. Okay, when you're ready, we're doing it at the top end of our mat. I'm going to face this way, otherwise I'm going to whack the tree. So feet about hip width apart, spreading the toes into the floor. Shoulders away from the ears, palms spreading forwards. As we arrive in mountain pose, and as we check in with our mountain and we think about standing tall, sometimes we have the tendency to lift that lower rib cage and puff our chest, and that's where we're feeling we're standing tall. And that might feel really nice. But in this practice, we're just going to think about drawing that lower rib in and thinking about the whole of our body being tall, so also that back space. Nice and long through the spine, long through the back of the neck. Maybe the chin sucks in slightly so the back of the neck is long. That's it. Deep breath in all the way up to, or in through belly, chest and to collarbone space. Then deep breath all the way out. Your next inhale, we're going to breathe all the way in. Hold the breath at the top if you can. And then on the exhale, hands to the centre of the chest. Inhale, we're going to circle those arms out and round, palms together at the top. Maybe it feels good, you squeeze the glutes and you arch back, if that feels okay for your back. Exhale, hands down and round onto the shins. Inhale, we're lengthening the back, leading with the chest, half lift. Exhale, hands down, step the feet back, coming into plank position. So plank position, fingertips spread into the floor, shoulders stack on top of wrist. Nice, deep breath in. So you're in your plank pose here. Exhale, we're going to lower the knees. And then we're going to bend the elbows, so slowly lower ourselves down. Try to keep shoulders in line with hips. Draw the belly button in with that technique and control. Fantastic. Really nice. And then inhale, we lift through. So low cobra, mid, or maybe high. But making sure that the elbows are tucked in, shoulder blades down the back. Nice. Breathe in there in cobra. And then on your next exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips back. We're making our way back through to downward dog. Feel free to pedal the feet. Maybe you bend both knees again, send the hips forward. It's that plank position. Entirely up to you. Just get moving. Feel free to stay still. Find what your body needs in that downward dog. Nice. And then from there, we inhale, send right leg back and up as high as it feels good for you. Really push through both hands there. That's it. Looking forward, we're going to step that foot in between the hands. And don't worry if it doesn't land there straight away. Feel free to shuffle it forward. That's it. Nice. From there, we're going to bring that heel towards the floor. The foot is in about a 45-degree angle. So if this is a straight line, it's about 45 degrees out. Inhale, we make our way up. And hips are going to face the same way that the right foot is facing. Nice, so we're lunging forward. If it feels too uncomfortable for the back leg, do feel free to lift the back heel so that you're more in a lunge rather than your warrior three. Listen to what your body needs. From there, palms to the centre of the chest. Nice. Inhale, we reach the arms up. Nice. Lunging the hips down and forward. One more breath there. Exhale, hands out and round. Hands onto the hips. Straighten the leg. Hips are still facing towards that right foot. Deep breath in, so both legs straight this time. Exhale, fold forward into pyramid pose. Go as far as it feels good for your hamstrings, as far as it feels good for your legs. Strong through both legs, long through the torso. Lead with the chest. One more breath there. Nice. Look to the toes, bend the right knee so that we can bring ourselves up. And then we're going to open up. So as we sweep the arms up, tuck the toes, shift the heel closer towards you, opening up. So you need to just readjust the feet so you can open. That's it. Yeah, there you go. Nice. And then feel free to flip around if you need to see. And we're in that warrior two position. So right foot is still facing all the way forward. And then other foot has come in slightly. And then we're strong through both legs. Think about knee stacks on top of ankle. Arms reach out in line with the shoulders. Palms face down. Nice. Shoulders roll away from the ears. Again, just as we're thinking about that lengthening, is that lower rib popping out again. Keep it tucked in. Breathe in there. Strong through both legs. Flip the palms up. Breathing there for a few breaths. Just notice how it might feel in your chest. So for a lot of us that do sit down at a desk, maybe this feels a bit rounded, maybe it feels a little guarded or tight there. One more breath, really extend the hands out. Nice. From there, we're going to straighten that front leg. Keep those arms up. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward and turn the palms away, same way you're facing. So you can come down into your extended triangle there. Feel free to place that right hand onto the shin if you like for support. And then you're just going to bring the hand so it's in line with your shoulder. Maybe even look up to that raised hand if you feel balanced there. Nice, again, strong through both legs. Breathing there. And then when you're ready to, look down towards the toes. Bend through that right leg. Sweep the arms up, back through to warrior two. Keep that front knee bent. Flip the palms up. Inhale, we're going to reach forward towards that right foot. And then exhale, we're going to reverse warrior. Hand comes down onto the leg. Right arm up, maybe look up. Keep that front leg lunged forward. That's it. Reverse warrior. Breathe in there for another breath. Keep bending through that right leg. That's it. And then back through to warrior two. Circle the hands down, tuck the toes of the back leg. Transition through to downward dog. Feel free to pedal the feet. If you're not fancying downward dog, feel free to rest it down into a child's pose. Maybe your wrists feel like they need a rest, and feel free to do so. Nice. Same sequence on the other side. We inhale, send left leg extends back. We look forward, step that foot in between the hands. Nice. We drop the back heel, or feel free to keep the heel lifted if you need to. Bring yourself up to step to warrior one. Nice. Making sure that the hips are facing towards that left foot. If you need to, you might need to just step that right foot out slightly just so you've got that space to turn the hips towards that left foot. Nice. Back leg straight extended. Front leg bent. Palms to the center. We're here in warrior one. Shoulders away from the ears. That's it. Square the hips towards that left knee. Nice. From there, another breath just because I forgot what we did. Okay, from there, we inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, hands down onto the hips. Nice. Straighten the leg. Problem when you do such a long sequence. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, down into pyramid pose. If you need to, shorten your stance, but keep that length in the back. Lead with the chest. Breathing out, we fold if you've got that space. If not, stay there, breathe. Give your muscles that space to be in that pose. Strong through both legs, that's it. One more breath there. And then when you're ready to, look down towards the toes, bend the knees so we can bring ourselves up. Sweep the arms back and out. Tuck the toes, shuffle that heel in. So now we're setting up for that warrior two. If you need to, you re-shuffle the feet. Maybe the stance can go a little wider. Nice, and feel free to flip around. Nice, so you're in your warrior two position. Strong through both legs, so it should be your left knee bent, right leg extending out. We're lunging down into that warrior two. Really working your thighs, but also think about knee stacks on top of your ankle. Shoulders relaxed, low rib tucked in. Strong through both arms. So walk, just check the back arm isn't dropping down. Keep it up. That's it. Inhale, flip the palms up. Shoulders away from the ear. So just finding that space in that shoulder, chest area. Nice. Straighten the leg. Inhale. Turn the palms to face the same way you're facing, and then exhale, reach towards that left foot. Exhale down into extended triangle there. Feel free to rest the left hand on top of the shin, reach arm up, breathing there. Nice, if you feel balanced, you can look up to that raised hand. Again, strong through the legs there. Doesn't matter how close you get to the ground, do try to think about being in plane with yourself. So instead of leaning forward, think about opening that shoulder up to stack on top and in line with your hips. That's it. And then from there, we're going to look down towards the toes. We're going to bend the knees, sweep into warrior two. Flip the palms, reach forward towards that left foot. And then exhale into reverse warrior. So hand rests onto your leg. Make sure you're still lunging through that front leg. That's it. Breathing there. Maybe you look up to that raised hand. Nice. Take your time. Bring yourself back through to warrior two. Sweep yourself back down. So tuck the back toes so you can land. Step back. Downward dog. And then looking forward, we're drawing that weight forward to plank position. Draw the belly button in, inhale to prepare. Exhale, feel free to lower the knees out or press down in your plank position. Make sure belly button draws in, core engaged, controlling that lower down. Fantastic, really nice, guys. Yes. From there, inhale, lift through to your cobra position. Elbows bent, shoulders away from the ears. Making sure that you're not locking those arms out, the elbows are bent, that's it. Exhale, lower down. Left forearm in front, right knee bends, and we're holding that right ankle. Nice. Just feeling that stretch there through the quad. Feel free to rest the head or the cheek onto the forearm. That could be your option 1. Option 2, you might stay lifted. Nice. And then from there, maybe you start to press that ankle or that foot into the hand and you're lifting up into that back bend. Maybe even lift the back leg off the ground. Entirely up to you. Find where you can breathe, find where it feels good for you. And we're there for one more breath. When you're ready, we release. Switching it over. Right forearm down, left knee bends, hold left ankle or foot. Stay there for a moment in that quad stretch. So just lightly pressing foot towards the bottom. Maybe you rest the forehead down, cheek to one side. Maybe you're staying lifted with the chest, entirely up to you. And then maybe you explore the other options. Maybe you start to press the ankle, foot into the hand. So you lift up a little higher into that back bend. Maybe you lift the back knee up off the floor. So you're pressing up diagonally into that foot. Just make sure that you're not lifting over to one side, that you're still in that central alignment. And last breath in. And take your time. Lower down. Feel free to take the feet out mat width. Rest the chin, the forehead down to the forearms stacked on top of each other. Just take a moment there to release out of your back, out of that stretch. If it feels good, you might just wriggle the hips side to side. Nice. And when you're ready to, gently bring the hands beside the chest, tuck the toes, send the hips back. Coming into child's pose, either the knees together or knees out wide, entirely up to you. And we'll extend those arms out if that feels okay. Forehead onto the ground. Just really breathing into that back space. As you breathe in, maybe noticing that the breath might feel a little restricted there, especially when you expand the belly space. And if that does, see if you can breathe into the side space of your body and the back space of your body. Breathing in a 360 direction. And on your next inhale, we'll lift the hand. Exhale, walk the hands over to the left side. And it doesn't matter how far you go over to the left. If you want to, you might bring right hand on top of left. You might find that adds to that stretch. And if it doesn't, feel free to keep the hands separate. If you can, you're resting the head onto the floor. We're breathing there. And as you breathe in, feeling that side space expand. And as you breathe out, can you soften into that side stretch? Nice. Next inhale, lift head, walk back through to the center. And exhale, walking over to the other side. And again, don't just go as far as it feels good for you. You can bring left hand on top of right if that adds to the pose. And if it doesn't, feel free to keep the hands separate. Forehead resting to the ground, breathing there. Breathing into that side space, softening on the exhale. Last breath here. When you're ready to inhale, lift back through center, walk the hands through. Feel free to stay a moment in that neutral child's pose, or feel free to start to walk yourself up. It's entirely up to you. And then when you're ready, when you do guide yourself up, just sit to the side, swing those legs forward, scoot yourself onto your mat, hold the back of the thighs, and if it feels okay, rock back and forth. Just massaging your back along the ground. And if it doesn't feel that great, just meet me on the ground. Nice. From there, once you land, we're going to take hold of right shin. Relax the left leg all the way out. Take your right arm all the way up so that the palm faces up and arm is in line with shoulder. And you're straightening the arm all the way out. And then from there, deep breath in. Breathing out, we're guiding right knee over towards the left. Don't worry if the knee doesn't touch the ground. Try to keep the shoulder, that right shoulder onto the floor. Deep breath in. Breathing out, guide. Knee towards the ground. Coming into that twist. So in one direction, leg is going, other direction, your shoulder is planting. Guide yourself with your breath here. If you need to, you can always reshuffle to come onto the side of your hip. So really take this opportunity to slow the breath down. The longer that you breathe out, you're giving yourself time to adjust or time to melt into that twist. Breathing there for about 2 more breaths, just in your own pace. And when you're ready to, guide the arm in, guide the leg in. Up to you. You can hug that right knee in, rock side to side. Maybe you'd like to collect both legs in. Or maybe you'd like to just settle into a neutral position, allowing that release out of that twist. Up to you if you want movement or stillness. Just find what feels good for you. And when you feel ready to, we'll extend those legs out. So right leg stays relaxed, left shin hugs in. So you do the same thing on the other side. So you might want to rock side to side there. Right leg nice and relaxed. Left arm all the way out, palm faces up. Arm in line with the shoulder. Deep breath in. Breathing out, we guide ourselves to roll that knee over towards the right. Again, feel free to reshuffle your hips if you need to and shoulders. Try to keep the shoulders plugged into the ground. Guide yourself in this stretch. Breathing out, guide the knee towards the floor. Doesn't matter if it touches the ground or not. Don't force it. Do listen to what your body can do today. Guiding yourself into that stretch with a slower extended breath out if you can. Just about 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, guide arm in, guide leg in. Entirely up to you again what you'd like to do. Rock side to side, collect both knees in, extend leg out. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way into our final pose. If you want to pop any socks or layers back on, feel free to do so. If you want to hug the knees in, rock side to side, roll the knees round in a circle. Maybe take a version of happy baby pose, hold the ankles, knees out, or hold the inner arches of the feet. feet up, knees bent. Take whatever movement feels good for you. You might want to rock back and forth. Just explore what movement feels good for you, and then when you're ready to, we'll meet on the ground, legs extended out in your corpse pose, Shavasana, and if that feels too uncomfortable for your lower back, feel free to bend the knees. Feet out mat width, knees together in that constructive rest, and that just allows any releases of discomfort in the lower back. But as you get comfortable lying down, I'm just going to come up seated so my voice projects better. But you stay settled there. Allow yourself to come into neutral rest, to receive the benefits of our practice, to settle into a little stillness after movement. So in yoga practice, our intention is to intentionally move and get the blood flowing, oxygen pumping, and gently awakening the body. But also then to intentionally slow the body down into this neutral rest, to come back to neutral. That sense of settling in the body as you let go of feet and legs. That sense of letting go through the body, relaxing torso, belly, chest, back, shoulders, arms and hands. That sense of settling, releasing head, neck, face, the jaw, the space in between the eyebrows. Maybe if you haven't already, you're closing down the eyes. And just settling in for a moment of stillness, maybe guided by our breath. Maybe watching each inhale and each exhale. As we intentionally allow our body to relax. And when you're ready to, you might start to invite movement, taking a deeper breath in and out. You might start to invite movement, wriggling fingers and toes, stretching legs, stretching arms, gently rocking head side to side, entirely up to you, however you would like to bring yourself back. And when you're ready to, as you take that full body stretch, then guide yourself to hug your knees in toward your chest, giving yourself a big squeeze and a big hug, thanking your body for your practice. As you gently rock side to side, maybe you roll over to the right, or maybe you rock back and forth to guide yourself up to a comfortable seat position with the hands at the center of the chest, palms together. As we arrive back into our day, and as we close our practice, we'll inhale, circle the arms up over the head, palms together, exhale, hands down through center. Namaste.